Hello everyone, welcome back to Career Sync. Today video is going to be very important because we are going to discuss the recently asked interview questions on 27th March in the IIT Hyderabad, where the Cognizant on-campus role was happening. So we will be discussing those questions. In this, we will be also covering the all questions from GenC, GenC Pro, and GenC Next roles. Also, it is some questions are cluster wise, that for your kind information that the clusters are given randomly, but I have prepared the questions according to them also. And we have five candidates interview questions in this video. So let's get started with the first one. So here is the first candidate, GenC interview. So it is for GenC Next role, as you can see here. And we will be discussing all the questions and answer. Basically, he was giving the all answers in C++. So if you are thinking that the interview is going by cluster, so it is not like that. So let's discuss from here. So tell me about yourself and your technical background. This is the first question that he has been asked. So when asked this to introduce himself, he started with his name and educational background in computer science. In also he highlighted my interest in software development, problem solving, and my experience with C++, particularly in data structure, algorithms, and backend development. I also mentioned any interview or relevant courses that strengthen my technical skills. So in his interview, he has mentioned all the technical terms, his educational background, and in which field he is good at. Now, the second question he was asked that can you briefly explain the project you have worked on that you are proud of? So he shared his experience with the e-commerce website project in which he used C++ for backend and MySQL for database management and optimized the system for the better performance and scalability. So I also described how implemented authentication and security features to enhance user data protection. So you can give the answer according to your project also, but it is just an example that he has given. Now the third question was, what challenges did you face while developing your recent project and how did you solve them? So it is a kind of HR question that has been asked. So in his major challenge was optimizing database queries for faster execution. Initially, my website had a slow response times due to insufficient queries. To overcome this, I used indexing optimized query structure. Now, how did you manage database transaction in your project? So it is the most important question because in the DBMS part, they asked about the asset properties. So let's see his answer. I ensured that all database operation adhered to asset properties, atomicity, consistency, isolation, and durability. I used commit and rollback mechanism to prevent data corruption in case of system failure, ensuring the data integrity at all times. So it is the best solutions for the data transaction management. Now, next question is, what tools did you use for debugging and testing in your project? So it is, I think he has deployed his project, so that's why this question has been asked. So debugging and testing were crucial in his project. He used GDB, means GNU Debugger, for debugging C++ code, Google Test for unit testing, and Valgrind to detect the memory leaks. Now, what is the difference between pass-by value and pass-by reference in C++? So this is a technical question from the C++ language that they have been asked. So answer is like when passing a variable by value and a copy created, meaning modification don't affect the original variable. In contrast, passing by reference allows direct modification of original variable, making it more efficient, especially for large data structures. Now, the next question is explain the difference between static and dynamic polymorphism. So it is a basic question that in every language this question has been asked. So static polymorphism occurs at compile time through function overloading and templates, while dynamic polymorphism, on other hand, occurs at runtime using virtual functions. So allow facts, which will help in allowing flexibility and scalability in OOPS concept. Now, what is a constructor in C++ and how does it different from the destructor? So a constructor is automatically called when an object is created to initialize values, and a destructor is called when the object is destroyed to free up resources. Now, how does C++ handle memory management? These all the are the technical questions for the Gen C cluster 3 student. I think that they ask from these questions. So prepare well for all the concepts, technical questions. Here is the answer you can see. And the next question was, what are the difference between process thread in an operating system? So this is the most important question in operating system part, that it question has been asked in almost every interview. So must prepare for this question, right? So the answer is, a process is a independent execution unit with its own memory space, whereas a thread is lightweight execution unit with a process sharing memory with hand threads. Thread improve efficiency in concurrent programming, as you can see here. Now, how does an operating system handles deadlock? So this is also an important topic in operating system. So here is the answer. The OS uses various techniques to handle deadlocks such as prevention, avoidance, and detection. It can also terminate processes to resolve deadlocks. So here is the answer. After that, he was asked to share his screen and write a C++ code where he have to check if the given string is palindrome or not. As you can see, here is the question and I have write the code. So you can see. Now, explain the asset properties of database with examples. So this question he has been asked again because he has mentioned this in the previous question in their project part. So now that he has been asking this question, like, so he explained the asset stand for atomicity, consistency, isolation, and durability. For example, in an online banking system, if a user transfer money, the transaction should be atomic, consistent, isolated, and durable. That's after that he has been asked to write a query, write a SQL query to find the second highest salary from an employee table. So as you can see the answer here, there are two more ways that you can write the solution. If he can ask write the query from different method, then you can write. Now the second question was for the SQL query, that write an SQL query to retrieve the list of employees who have been joined in the last 6 months. So as you can see that he has to write the query. Now the select from employee where join date is greater than equal to date of sub date function interval 6 months. You can write. Now, how would you handle a situation where you are assigned multiple high priority tasks? So I would prioritize tasks based on deadlines and impact. These are the behavioral and HR questions. And now, what motivates you to perform well in the job? Why do you want to join the Cognizant GenC? So you can here will be it's Cognizant only. So you can give the answer as you see fit. Now it was for the GenC Next role. So we will be discussing the next. So here it's the second candidate where GenC Pro, it's for the GenC Pro role as you can see here. Now the question is tell me about yourself and technical background related to Java. As you can see that he has been asked question according to the Java. It's for cluster one students for Java students. So I introduced myself mentioning my academic background and experience in Java development, including my skill in OOPS multi-threading and database integration. After that, he has been asked explain a Java project you worked on and the challenges you faced. So he is also worked on e-commerce project. In the backend, he used my Java Spring Boot and MySQL. And the main challenge he faces is optimizing database queries. So after that, he has been asked to write a Java program to implement a stack using a array. So here is the solution. You can find the solution in another way also. And he was asked to write a second code after that. Write a Java program to reverse a linked list. I have already provided a PDF link in my Telegram channel where you can see the coding questions that has been asked for the all rows. So go and check it out in my Telegram channel. You will be finding all the important questions related to coding and SQL queries. Now, what is the method overloading and method overriding in Java? So method overloading is defining multiple methods with the same name but different parameters, while overriding allows you to subclass to redefine a method from its superclass. Now, how does a Java manage memory? Explain garbage collection and its benefits. So, Java manages memory using a atomic garbage collector that removes unused object, preventing memory leaks. And after that, he has been asked to write a SQL query. Write an SQL query to find employees who have the same salary as another employee. And the second query he has to write was write an SQL query to calculate the total sales made by each salesperson. So here is the answer. Now, how do you integrate Java with database? Explain JDBC with an example. So, as we all know that we have to connect our database with our Java application, we use JDBC API, which is Java database collection, allows Java application to interact with database using SQL queries by connection and prepared statement objects. Now, what are the primary key and foreign keys, and how are they used in Java applications? So, primary key uniquely identifies a record, while a foreign key establishes a relationship between tables, ensuring referential integrity. Then, how do you handle database migration in your Java project? So, I see flyover to manage database schema challenges, making it easy to version and migrate data without losing. Now, the next question was describe a performance optimization you made in a Java based project. So, he has been asked this question, and it is a behavioral question that tell me about a situation where you had to adapt to change in Java project. Means they are all project based question that you need to answer and prepare before giving the real world interview. And have you ever had a conflict with a manager while working on a Java based project? How did you resolve it? So I once disagreed on a design choice, but resolve it through discussion. And the next question was, why do you, what do you do if you are given a Java development task but don't have enough information? So it's a behavioral question that you need to answer. And how would you design an authentication system for Java web application? Now, for the third person, it's a GenC Pro role, as you can see here also, and it's for cluster two student that who has been asking if you to be honest, they will be asking from your resume. If you are good at Python, then they will be asking questions from Python, not from C++ or Java. So I have prepared all the questions that you need to answer. So as you can see here that he was not asked to introduce himself. His first question was a technical question and he has to write the code. So write a Python program to implement a bubble shot. So he has given this solution. So you can learn and write also. And the second question was given an integer, write a Python function to check if it is a prime number. So you have to write the code. And after that, he has been asked to write the SQL query. As you can see, this interview is very different from the another ones because he has been directly giving the technical questions, means the interview and coding part, and with the SQL queries. So write an SQL query to find the third largest salary in the employees table. As you can see in the last one, they are asking for the second highest salary. In this, they are asking for third. And write an SQL to find employees who have not submitted in the last one. So this is the query. And after that, tell me about a time you failed at task and how you handled it. Next question was how would you handle a disagreement with a teammate over implementation approach? What motivates you to perform well in job? Explain the difference between Python list and DQ. These are the technical questions you need to prepare. And what is a constructor in Python? This question has been asked in C++ also. And why does Python garbage collection work? And what is the process scheduling? And what are the different scheduling algorithms? I think this question is from OS. Now for the third candidate. So as you can see that optimized database queries in the previous, all these questions are project based that you need to answer. And here is, yeah, the most important question here is how would you design a database schema for an e-commerce application? So you have to give a basic construction for the all the entities that you need to add. So he has designed the data, like as you can see that he is using giving users product order ID, order item, and payments with a review. And the last question was, do you have any question for me? I think they ask for as a last question. Now for candidate 4, we are not giving the answers for all questions right now. This is for GenC Pro role. And the question you can see that tell me about yourself and your technical background. Describe a project when you worked on that involved database management. What are the biggest challenges you in your project? How did you solve them? How do you ensure that stability, performance of application? Explain difference between array list and linked list, multi-threading in Java. How does Java handle memory management and garbage collection? What a Java program, write a Java program to reverse a string without using inbuilt function, means string builder. What is the difference between inner join and left join in SQL? Now, the next question was write an SQL query to find employees with the same salary as another employee. Explain the asset properties, as this is an important question I have told you. And what is the difference between a process and a thread? This is also a question that has been asked in the GenC Next rule. So you need to prepare for it. How does an operating system handle deadlocks? This question is also same. Tell me about a time when you had to manage multiple high priority tasks. What motivates and why do you want to join Cognizant and where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? Now, for the fifth candidate, it's a GenC role interview. The questions are mostly similar, like introduce yourself, tell me about your project, how did you handle performance optimization in your project, explain the difference between interface and an abstract class in Java. What is dependency injection in Java? It is a mostly Spring Boot question in the backend part, and why it is useful. How does Java handle exception handling? What write a Java program to check if a number is prime or not? What are the difference between delete, truncate, and drop in SQL? Now the next question will be write an SQL query to retrieve the three highest salaries from the employee. Write an index in database, virtual memory in an operating system. You also need to prepare for operating system questions because they are very important. Explain paging and segmentation in memory management. Describe a situation where you had to learn a new technology quickly for a project. I think this is for the interviewer, experienced one who has a good resume, I think. Tell me about a time when you faced a difficult team conflict, how you resolved it, how do you handle feedback and criticism at work, why should Cognizant hire you for this role, and what are your long-term career goals? These are the important questions that you need to prepare before going to the interview. I'm also taking the mock interview for you guys. So if you want a free mock interview that you need to give before your real interview, you can text me in the group after joining my Telegram channel. Please send the message to me personally, not in the group. So we can schedule your interview from tomorrow so that you can practice well. Also, this will be a great opportunity for you guys. And the most important thing is that you need to know that all the questions are very important. Also, you need to prepare very all the questions and you need to focus on everything. Also, Gen Z roles are different from the cluster one. So make sure to don't prepare your resume very well for the all the questions. So that's it for today. Thank you everyone for watching this video. And all this PDF is given our Telegram channel, so you can join our Telegram channel and see all the questions. Will be in the pinned comments, pin section. You will be seeing this PDF. Thank you, everyone.